Pregnancy labs can feel overwhelming, but they are very important that they are done. Hi, my name is Heather. I am a family nurse practitioner and midwife. And today I want to talk to you about all the different tests that are typically run in pregnancy and some extra ones that you may want to ask your provider about. Let's get into it. The first one is the OB panel. Now, why are we running these labs and why are we running them early in pregnancy like the OB panel? Because we want to catch problems before they can become a real problem. We want to look at your blood and have a baseline because pregnancy can be a little hard on the body. And if we can make it easier for the body to have this pregnancy, you have a better chance of going to term, being healthier, and being able to recover quickly from pregnancy. Let's talk about the OB panel. The first thing that's done in the OB panel is called a CBC, or a complete blood count. This is going to look at your hematocrit and your hemoglobin. Those tell us if you're anemic or not. Then we're going to look at the white blood cell count. Make sure it's not too high or too low. Do you have any infections or anything that we're concerned with? We're going to look at the platelets. Do you have a lot of platelets, which can cause premature clotting very easily? Or do you have a low platelet count, which means that you're probably going to have a harder time with hemorrhaging? You might hemorrhage a little more at birth. We want to know what's happening there. The next thing in the OB panel is an RH factor, or blood typing. We want to know, are you A, B, AB, or O? But more importantly, we want to know if you are RH positive or RH negative. If you are RH positive, we're not going to worry a whole lot. But if you are RH negative, then we want to know, is dad RH negative or is dad RH positive? Why does this matter? Because there's a D factor that kind of floats around in your blood attached to your red blood cells. And what happens is this D determines your RH status, whether it's negative or positive. And if you have that in your blood, then your body's used to it. It's there. But if it doesn't have this RH in your blood and your baby is RH positive and your blood mixes at all, even a teaspoon, then you can have antibodies that will build to protect your blood from this D. So we want to know, do you have a baby that is RH positive or RH negative? And do you have any antibodies that have, from previous pregnancies or any other issues in your health, that have built up that could potentially attack an RH positive baby? At 28 weeks, we want to know this because at 28 weeks, we will give you something called RhoGAM that tricks your body into thinking it already has antibodies and it won't make new ones. It doesn't really affect this pregnancy, but it will affect any future pregnancy where your baby is RH positive because of those antibodies. Now, if you have a low level of antibodies, it's probably not going to do much. But if you were to have a high level, which we can test in your blood, then that will attack future babies. You may think, I'm only having one kid, or I'm done. This is my last baby. I don't care. But you should, because if you have a high level of antibodies, it can affect future blood transfusions you may have. We're going to check your blood type at the beginning of pregnancy to see if you're RH positive or RH negative. If you're negative, we're going to recommend that you get RhoGAM at 28 weeks. If you had genetic testing on baby, though, we can find out if your baby is RH positive or RH negative from that genetic testing. If baby's RH negative, you don't have to worry about it. If baby's RH positive, that's something that you'll need to research, is the RhoGAM shot, and is it something that you want to take? Then after birth, if we don't know baby's blood type, that's when we'll test baby's blood type. And if baby is RH negative, you don't get a second shot. If baby's RH positive, you would get a second shot because that shot lasts for 12 weeks, which is why it's given at 28 weeks. 40 weeks minus 12 is 28 weeks. Okay. So those are the kind of thing that we're going to do.